I have prepared some notes which I will put on the website after I finish. So let me just minimize aaBridge and bring up these notes. So this is the things I'm planning to cover, so you can see what you're getting. So will be up on the website for you to look at. So you don't have
You mean your site, not the YouTube, but your site.
on my site, yeah.
Okay.
YouTube, yeah. You can't.
Yeah.
Right. So
Okay.
here is aaBridge, and Karen has asked me to really cover three things, which is the getting into it and getting to look at how deals can be studied, and also look at the counting systems, which are the two counting hands, which are memorize suit distributions and easy counting practice, or you can think of them as being here, learn the suit distributions and easy counting practice. So, my plan was that when a new user would hit aaBridge, they would read this and go, oh dear, what to do, and down to the bottom it says, new to aaBridge, click flow. So that's my hope that people will do. They get another they moves to the next window down this list, and it starts to give you an easy introduction to what the hell's going on here. So the home is a home icon. If you click that, it go back home. You go down to flow, and you can flow again. And now, so this brings us to the next topic, which I wanted to get sort of into people's heads early, and that is the difference between a tutorial and a bridge movie. And this allows me to pop back and say, what are the tutorials and where are they? And the bill library, from books in red to the bill in blue, those are the tutorials. So if you click on the bill library, you get a list of all the contributors, and you can click on let's find Karen. What have we got here from Karen? But in fact, I've got some of Karen's in other places, and here we have Karen on finessing, which you saw, which was over on the left. If we go back, we have the Mitch E hands, a couple of Mitch E hands, but those two are in other places. It tells you where. Look under Books T. It seemed to pop up that drop down. Do we know how to get rid of this? It just goes away, right? Okay. If we, under Books T, we have Teacher Mitchie. The reason why these are here and not under the bill is, well, the bill's only got so much room, and also they were added before there was the need to put the bill all into here. So the ones that got in early, like some of Karen's stuff, which I will find in a bit, are here. So, right. Here are tutorials. Let me pick the simplest ones. Most people will have heard of Hondo and the mentor sessions he does weekly, and he produces he produces lin files. They go on a site, tutorial lin files, and roughly most weeks, and he lets me download them and put them into aaBridge, and so that's where they are. So this, I've clicked one on, this is 2023 March, the first one in March 2023, and we're in a tutorial. The one thing to notice is that this tutorial is literally just a set of hands, and you can click on the hands and go straight to that hand from the navigation bar down here. I also like to use a mouse wheel, and that's what I'm doing now. So let's start with the first hand. It's a tutorial because it's got lots of text here. The author of these, Keir, who took the original hands and created the lin files, has organized it so that the bidding starts, you see all the bidding at once, and you can see all four hands, and then you can watch the play. Occasionally he gets more sophisticated, hides hands, puts questions up here, but that's a simple tutorial. Let me now go to, as a contrast, go to what are just hands. Now there should be some down here from the Bermuda Bowl historical hands. These don't really have any text, although I have inserted them a piece of text as a special. They're just a string of hands. You can see them both listed down here, although in this case it was rather a special, it was a team match, so this is in a team match view, and so you've got the hands played by each team, and down here if I click on show results, yeah, it will show the results of this match. This is probably too complex an example, but I shall do others in a moment. Let's drop that and go back to the welcome and continue. We've done an introduction. I'm trying to get through tutorial and deal, and the next section is just telling you about the stuff that's obvious. Here I've called it the chapter column, and there's a button area. I think I probably now would call it the control area. The view graph column, which you just saw, the tutorial deal display area, which is this massive screen when there is a thing, the nav bar down the bottom, which we've been looking at, option tabs, these are these over here, and there's a lower zone down here. For most of the time you can ignore what's going on down here. But I'll expand it to show you there are lots more options, but there are ways of presenting options to people. I don't like having to hunt through lots of menus to find a magic option that does something, so I stuck them all here. And so if you want to go looking for magic options, they're here, or if they're a bit more organized, they're in this column here. So you've got show. What does show do you? Well, yeah, I'll come.
Can you make that a little bit larger?
I can make it wider, but it's really designed mainly that you can see most of it. You can see most of the important stuff when it's at its natural sort of size, and it does this. But exactly. But on the other hand, if you want the space, you could move that all over. Right. For instance, I have switched off the red hints, but if you've started, you will probably be annoyed by a red hint prompt coming, use your mouse wheel, it's really better with the mouse wheel. Yeah, if you don't like that prompt, you can come here and just turn it off. And you see I've got fed up with almost all of them, so I've turned them off. I know what they're suggesting I do. Right, size and misc. Right, I need to switch to a hand to do that. Which hand will... I can show you these features. This is the home, and this here is the magic. Get you out of trouble. I went too far. I clicked the wrong thing. Go back to where we once were, please. So, yeah, here we go. So we can go back, and then this way we can get all the way back to the deal. And so now we can move forward, and so yeah. I was using this to go back to find a hand. So here is a hand, and I like to keep the size of these red hints, whatever, size and misc. I like to keep the size of these displayed hands. Let's actually show them. Proportionate to the size of the text. So I find if we're working large that that's a bit too big. I don't like it. So you can go to very small, the tiny, or there's small, which is probably the place I normally work in. But that's what that's for. Wheel and trackpad. So if you're using a wheel and trackpad and the sensitivity is too low, too high, you can adjust it down here. I use it, as you see, high. Some wheels and trackpads work the other way up, and people found it difficult, and that makes them work the other way. I'm not going to click it; it'll hurt my head. And there are other settings like that. Suit colours. Do I need to show suit colours?
Uh, you can. Those are things you. They're kind of
Yeah, they're kind of things
speak
that
for
if you
themselves, right?
wanted them, some people hate colours. I like colours. Some people really want to see four suit symbols on every line. I find it cluttered. Some people really like two colour, red and black. Some people, yeah. So, and and so forth. But let's go back to my chosen four colour and faint white. If you thought it was odd, you get used to it quickly. And these are things that we'll come to that one in a minute. So that's enough for that. We were going down tutorial and deal, screen layout. We were looking at the nav bar. Again, this little tutorial gets you to collect, to start to play with the navigation bar, and so you get some practice. And now we get to some meat. There are more tutorials or chapters to tell you about aaBridge here, and most of them will say there is a document about this, and possibly there's a video on this, and they will then point you back to the doc collection. So here we are in the doc collection. The idea is that you would hopefully click this pseudo button here, and the doc collection will appear on your desktop. If you have a cluttered desktop, you may have to hunt for it, but it's on a Windows, at least it's somewhere online. It's just been.
And can you open the document that collection and
I will.
Okay.
Yeah. You can delete it because it's just been copied out of aaBridge. Let me do that. Delete, and then when you click it again, it'll put it back. Right, let me double click it. Now in the notes, switch this one things. Right, where did it go? Right, where's, for some reason it's coming. Right, I double click the document collection, it probably opened on the wrong screen, and it's okay. Yep, here it is. Okay. Right, for most people, for many people, you will see this start in, depending on your operating system, a different view. Let me show that sort of view, large icons or this sort of view. I don't find that useful. I find it very hard to see what's going on that. So my instinct is to switch to deals, which in Windows 10 you can do by clicking on View and clicking on Details. Macs are different, but I'm not sure of the way to do it in Windows 11. Don't use Windows 11 much. And I prefer this because you can put them into alphabetical order and they're easy to scan down, and you can see. That's how I do it. So
this is the whole document collection.
Correct. This is the whole of the doc collection, and the next release will have those notes that I told you about, which actually are down here, aaBridge Introduction, and it'll actually be the first thing in the list. That's why I've started it with the word underscore. So on an alphabetical list, it'll be at the front. Yes, but
can you just click a few to show what's in there? Like as what do you have in that document?
Right.
Collection.
Right.
You have the document easy counting practice. You have the document.
I'm coming to them as it were later on, right? So that's what. So there, you get sent here by documents, right? And I'll minimize this. And if we go back, you will also, if we click on down the rabbit hole, here trust me to pick one which doesn't have a video. Um, view graph column. Right, let's do it. Let me just bookmarks. Yeah, right. And again, I was wanting to point out that they have videos, and the quick way to get to the aaBridge
YouTube.
videos is to click this YouTube link, which again,
Screen.
no, I had my main monitor start to fail this morning, so it's not usable. So I'm switched to a different monitor, and of course all these things are opening on the wrong monitor, which is flashing, so I have it off. So here is the aaBridge YouTube website, and if I shrink back, this is what it looks like, and the videos are numbered, and hopefully you've played a few of them. Some are better than others. Okay.
Can you show 1 sec for Susan the YouTube, and then with the Windows download?
Right.
So on YouTube.
If we go, I'll bring it back.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
from YouTube is just, it has files suggesting how you install the install guide for Windows, which is install guide for Windows 10. Windows 11 should be pretty much the same. Mac is different. So that's where to look for guidance, or for the how-to. If of course it doesn't work for you, there is also, if I now go back to this, if I go to the website, which how to help, and how do I go to the website, aaBridge website? Right, here's the website. Down here you can see what the introduction's already got there. The download that is for Windows, and the download that is for the Mac.
Everybody has it downloaded except.
Yeah. So that's the setup, where you get the setup from. My first suggestion is I don't know what Susan's problem is, but I'm sure someone can help. But it really does take a long time to download. It's not really taking a long time to download. It's basically doing a big virus check on this very huge file, and then goes, "Oh, it's too big. I can't do it." It's like, okay, so why did you take all that time? But that's what's going on. That's why it takes so long. Okay, that's Google doing the virus check, not your site, and then they do it. Don't ask me, but they do. We now, okay, so back to, if I minimize that, we can go right. So the next, we can look down through here, but I think they're going to be covered. These parts are going to be covered in the topic I'm next coming to. So I'm next going to go to how to downloading your own hands from BBO, and then look at what one can actually do with then look at how one can analyze hands. Right, so again, there will be a hands to aaBridge. Here we are. So there is a chapter on this, hands to aaBridge, a couple of the 2 videos, and a document, which of course is in the doc collection. Let's see if we can find it. Oops, aaBridge.recycle with temp my hands. Oh. aaBridge, no. aaBridge doc collection. Here we are.
Okay, on the right,
So, what was that? What's the name? It was get hands into get BBO hands into aaBridge. If I double click it, it'll open in the wrong window. And there we are. So here is, there's a newer version. The next release will have a newer version because of BBO changed their front page and it looks slightly different, but I'll be showing you what it is in a moment. And this is what exists in that document. So let me minimize that. Right. Right. So let's go.
do that.
Was there a noise?
I said, let's do that.
Right. The right. So right. Where are we? We want to get hands from aaBridge down into BBO, and from BBO down into aaBridge. Why? Because we want to look at them in aaBridge. So let's bring up right. Okay. Here, let's take us. This is a quick link to the front page of BBO. I'm sure most of you, after a while, create a link direct, which is more direct and goes to where you log in. But so if you can go to the front page of BBO, you'll see hand records up here, and you click on that. Oops, and yeah. I had logged myself out deliberately, but again, if you've not gone to my hands before, no. Log out. Okay, I'll log myself out, and I'll click on that and go back to hand records. Yeah. So if the first time you go in, this is what you see. If you haven't logged in before, you type in your username, you type in the password, hit the login button, and you're logged into their My Hands system. There are snapshots of this. Now, I'm actually going to go and get a week's hands. It's not very many, but you can get up to a month. I don't know how long they save them for. It used to be 3 months. They won't let you get more than a month, but if you change the dates to go back a month and do it, you probably can get 3 months back in single monthly lumps. So that's interesting to know. So if you're someone who wants to keep all your hands you've ever played, you can. You only have to do it once a month. Right. Let's go back to the 1 week, and I'll do get hands. Here are
Here I am.
the three sessions I played now with, and I've picked this because, yeah, I'll come to that in a minute. Now the procedure is, assuming you've got aaBridge running, because then it happens automatically, you right click, or depending on your OS like Macs, I think they also right click, and you want to do is save as, select the HTML, click save.
That comes up automatically.
Yeah. And then that's prompting you what you want to save it for. It needs to be going into your downloads folder. But that's what it will normally do. You want to put it in your downloads folder. If you are weird like me and you move your downloads folder because you want it somewhere else, then you have to tell BBO aaBridge where your downloads folder is. But you won't. None of you. It's unlikely that any of you do that because so when you
download aaBridge, that's where it automatically comes up. Yeah.
Yes.
When you do the normal download and you have aaBridge on your computer,
whenever you download, it's in Chrome. It's a Chrome feature or whatever your feature of your browser is. By
Yeah.
default it remembers where you last downloaded stuff to. Okay,
Yeah.
so the normal place is downloads. Most people don't really do, but it's in downloads. Don't have to think. So if you're not putting it in downloads, there's a way you have to do it, and you can tell it down. Look, I've moved my downloads folder. It's no longer in Clever Place. I put mine there. You just tell aaBridge that, well, please look in that folder, and it'll go and look. And so if I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go and do that again. He says clicking on, but this time I will do it so it's not false. Where were we? Yeah, here. This time I'm going to. Is that false? Why are they doing this? Okay. There you go. I'm going to. This time when I right click and go save as, and then go save. aaBridge spots, you've just put an HTML file into your downloads. I'll just check to see if it could be a page I know from the start, in the format of a page I know, and it'll process it. So we go save, and it goes, okay, yes, go on to overwrite, and boom. There are.
So what you're overriding is older hands you have saved before. Yeah?
No.
So those.
What I was overwriting was that I had a similar named file in downloads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does that make sense? I'll go to the downloads folder and show you. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Right. Here.
Well, it takes away what you have downloaded.
Here I have the default name for that hand is bridge-based online my hands files. That's a folder it does, and it also creates creates one of those. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. Where is bridge base? Oh, there it is. I can't see it. There it is. Right. So what BBO does is, rather than trying to work out, what do they call it today, right? It just looks for new HTML or HTML files you've saved into here. But if I just download it, delete this, right? And we'll delete that, and we'll go do it again. And now, I made the mistake of moving that off to the side. Right, off to the side. So if we go to the, you go here, you go save as, it shows you that, you go web page. This is actually set to web page complete, which is why I'm getting all that, but that's probably the best. But this always works if you have web page complete. Save, and it'll appear there, and there will be. And the reason it didn't prompt us that time, it was basically saying, do you want to overwrite the existing file? You do for this case. Now right, okay, right. Let me. So we have a set of hands here.
That you took down.
Yeah, and this is. I've got a prompt there. What's all this? That's just because I triggered the prompt, did I? By touching it. It'll go away. I've got a. Well, I hope it does. Right. Okay, Karen, I've got the black drop down from Zoom on my screen, obscuring the top. Is there any way to make it go away? It just vanished last time.
Well, you have it kind of spinning aside. So it is covering you. Can you put it to the side?
Scroll your window down.
Scroll my window down. It's decided to go away. I moved it, picked it up, and dropped it, and it decided to go away. Fine, good.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So no, it's back. Okay, so this thing needs, can this thing move? Ah, is that it? Okay, right. Okay. So we've downloaded the hands, a set of hands you want to look at. Those hands are all in, each hand is in a file. And you can go and look at it. I will divert because it occurs to me there is a system here. If I go to one of these,
I can say it when you're talking.
you're very quiet.
Yeah, try to. You're jumping.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I
This hand.
right. These hands exist in a folder, and it's called Temp My Hands. Right, and if I click on that, it will open that folder, which is of course opening on the wrong window. So if I come here and I close it, hopefully if I click on that file, Temp My Hands, which is, no, it doesn't do that. File, where'd it go? Is it down here? It's this breaking monitor is flashing and wibbling at me, so I'm don't know.
So, but you downloaded hands from BBO into aaBridge. Maybe
Yes,
you can just
I-
take it
yes,
from there.
okay.
Here, we're looking at it.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay, right, okay. I've downloaded them into aaBridge, but I'm trying to convey that they are saved in a folder which is it's actually under your documents, under documents, aaBridge, Temp My Hands, and here they are, real hands that you can get and do something with, take them away. So when you make your first slam and you want to save it, you can come in here and see, oh look, I played it on this day. It's the same as you can see over here. If I extend this, as you can see there, it's got the contract, how good it was for you. E is bad, A is great, and who were the people at the table, and the date and time it was played. So you can go there and fish out your great and interesting hands and save them. Right, now we can get back to how you can analyze them on the basis that you've just played them. You want to look what's going on. Well, I've picked this set because I did week's hands, didn't I? I thought hand number 8. Yes, hand number 8 was me going down in 4 hearts that just about everybody else made. So I thought it's fair to show what happened with me. So
Okay, but you can see at the moment, Roger is sitting. Though Roger is sitting north. North is on the south, in the south hand, because those are Roger's hands. So aaBridge automatically puts Roger south. As for starters, you see that east-west are covered, so it really looks like what it was at the table with the lead here. Okay? You can change that later if you want, but that's what this is.
exactly. The reason the seat I am in has been rotated to be in what I call the south zone is because when I selected the hands to download from BBO, it was my name that I was searching, hands I searched for, right? Now, had I gone and got Anne Morton's name, put Anne Morton's name into the search, not the login that comes first, but into the search, then I would have got the hands under her name, and aaBridge would have gone, oh, I'll rotate and have Anne Morton in the south zone. Right. But you can stop that because there's a setting over here. It says rotate for temp my hands lin files, and that means the RT is rotate. So if you uncheck that and were to jump around in these hands, you wouldn't have me in the front at the top. You'd have the normal south. So that's how you can turn it off. You say, I don't want this now. Right now, I just don't want that. I want south. You can do it that way. Yeah. So the way I just first start by showing a hand is to say, right, this is what you got when it looks at the table. You can go back and step through the bidding. It doesn't matter whether you click the flow or the step or the single card, but I tend to read and do that. But I tend to find most people don't really want to play through the bidding. They're quite content. You want to get to the play. That's what's most interesting. So that by default it starts from there, but click on bid and you're there. So here we are in the navigation bar. The tricks are showing you there. The ones in blue are because there was a claim and they weren't played out. The ones in black are playable. So I mean, this is a simple hand. We could, but so what you can do if you want to be very lazy, you hit the analyze button, and that will show you for each seat what the par bid, the best they could do in each suit. So North can make 2 clubs, South can make 2 clubs, North can make 4 hearts, South can make 4 hearts, East West can't make anything. But if you hover, it will actually tell you 1 club goes down by West, 1 club goes down 4, that sort of thing. So
I know that.
right, yeah. So yeah, hover is your friend. It was just reminders always to myself that you hover over and analyze. It'll tell you really, tell it go watch the video, or it'll tell you go watch the video. Yeah. So and over here there are apply defaults. Okay, we'll come to these in a moment. How are we doing for? Oh Jesus, the time's gone quickly. Okay, right. Here we have the compass floor drag, and at the top it tells you what the par contract is and the par score, which is normally obvious, but it sometimes can make 5 clubs and 4 hearts, or what. So that's the best that can be made by both players playing both directions. Now you turn this is just like the double dummy solver that is now built in, that now comes with BBO, but it's nicer because you can do it in your hands, in your time, and you've got a little bit more control. But and I'm biased, I think it's nicer. So
yep, no, on BBO you have to keep clicking it.
You do.
And here it just stays on.
If you want it on, it's for once for the hand. I'm gonna no. Now you can show and hide these the deals. Let me hit show.
You just run a few tricks through the hand like the way it is.
Right. We want to do it this way. Okay. This is showing up my plane. Right. So there are. Now we can see what the difference between step and flow is. Step, other than the lead, step will play a whole trick at once. Bang, bang. Some people like to go quickly. Me, I prefer not. So I'm just going back with step. I prefer to have flow, where it plays the cards at a nice speed. And down here, under the lower thing, is where you can change the speeds. That's what the settings are all about there. So there's a round of spades. And you can click. Why did it only play 1? What's going on? Okay, sorry, wrong. That is card by card. If you want to look at card by card and then think, oh, this is a squeeze, what should I do? Right, you can go that.
The arrows, the small little arrows, the single ones, remember what you had clicked last. So if you had clicked last flow, the arrows on your right will do the flow. If you have last clicked step, the arrows on the right will do step. Click on step. Yeah. And now the little arrows on your right, all the way on your right, more to your right, right there, yeah. They will remember. They will remember.
No,
step.
no. I'm sorry. They're going back. They're going back. No, these are. If I hover, it will tell me these are the one card at a time, right? You're right about the step and flow, but that's with the mouse wheel. It's the if you've got a mouse wheel, which is what I always use because I have wrist problems clicking too much. So if you want to swap from one to the other, you just click flow once and then you can use the mouse wheel, or click step once and then you can use the mouse wheel, and we've really fought fast through the deal. Let's go back to flow. Right, we're looking through the deal, and so far it says I'm making all the time. There we are. Let's go back. So there we are. There's where it went wrong. Okay. Now we know. Okay. Well, I think at this point we can pretty much show the deal, because it becomes obvious that the ace, when the queen comes down, and that my only hope really was to make the king. If we actually to make the king of diamonds, if we actually go right back to the hand and look at it in full double dummy, just putting on our bridge hats, we can see we have five hearts, 2 spades, 7, 1 club, 8. 1 club, 8. Okay, why am I not coming to 10? 5. Why am I not coming to 10? Why am I not coming to 9? Yeah. 5 hearts. I've got a rough. Have I? No. Yeah. In the end, I will rough a diamond, won't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the point is, if we count losers, more importantly, I've got a spade loser, a club loser, and I must avoid 2 diamond losers. And that means I've got to work out where the ace or the queen of diamonds is. And as it was, I got it wrong. Where did it come down to? Trick 7, wasn't it? Right. If I got it wrong. So actually, I think it was really well played by Elizabeth in West. Yeah, well, who is, if you didn't know, who is Anne Morton's daughter, because she claims to be a beginner, but not anymore. No, so she underled her ace through my king, and if you look right back at the beginning points, the points are shown here. She has Elizabeth started off with 11 HCP, and Morton had 3 HCP, and I was thinking, well, the likelihood is that the ace of diamonds is more likely to be over here on my left-hand opponent. So
Senator Tom.
And because so Elizabeth, anyway, so when she underled her ace, I played.
Nadius, did you know that if you have $10,000 or more in...
Oh, somebody... It's okay.
So just a breakthrough, right? Okay. Yeah. So that anyway. But the point of this, here's an example where, with a complicated hand, you can just use the double dummy solver. There are lots of I like features. Over here, you can switch to not the number of tricks, whether the contract is making or not, but by the number of tricks that hand can make. So if we go to a full trick, right? So the reason for doing that is sometimes if you're playing a no trumps, you've got a traveller, you're going through all the hands, because you can put travellers into this as well. You're going through all the hands and you want to see who made it, who didn't. Yeah, you want you want to see how well they played. And if someone playing a 6-note trump, some in 3, some are 4, you don't want to be told that's 1 up, that's 2 down. You just want to say making 12, making 12, making 11, right? That's a much more useful thing to see. So that's why that mode exists. But for a hand like this, it's not so sensible. Okay. Right. I hadn't realized.
And the covering and uncovering of east and west you can do at any time you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like clicking the hide and show.
You've got hide, yeah, and yes, and over here, which is, it really can get very sophisticated, really, so you could practice counting, which was the next couple of things in you've got, this is a forced override. Various of these things will do this, this will do that. The idea of this was to say, no, look, I don't want any of those, just force everything to be show, and then, but I don't want to see north, I don't want to see, remember I'm north, east or west, right? So you can actually just say, look, I'm just going to, for whatever reason, yes, but that's why it's, and again, we were looking at our own hands, yes, but if I show you, go to other features that are important. I showed the Hondo hands. No, okay. Here are the Hondo hands. Now here is south. Here we are. Here east is playing, right? And if you wanted to play through this hand and not hit it, hide it, well, you can. We didn't really even get to enter the deal. You go into the deal, and now you can use the rotate button here. You can say you want to see be declarer, and it will force you around to declarer, or you can just auto override these features here. So the idea is to be versatile. You've got some interesting deals. You want to study them. You don't want to always see the hand. And you can do all that. So you have full control, but that's, by the way, why you've got the apply defaults button with the pink bar. You hit that and it says, okay, all back to normal now. South is in the south, yeah.
Because sometimes you look at a mistake you make and you say, yeah, double dummy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but the idea is also like, okay, you played that hand, you went down and could kind of remember the hand, sort of, but you still make the same mistake. Right, so you can test yourself first, before just throwing everything like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, right. I have time. I don't know. I think I'm on the agenda next is to point out the 2 features which are in the notes, but that is the memorizing suit distributions, which is a document saying first learn them, and it gives you suggestions on how to write them out and how that way to and sink them into your brain. And then there's the methods of well, I can't remember where is that. Where it is? It's down here. No.
Counting practice. Easy counting.
Yes, distribution flashcards, which is mainly got through from here. Easy counting practice. No, yeah, it's mentioned in easy counting practice, but distribution flashcards, or it's the other one, isn't it? It's on here. Learn the suit distributions. You click here and you go to easy counting practice, and this will tell you, that'll tell you what to do. In the document I have lots of things telling you why you should learn to count and how good it is, but this is just so you've tried to learn the distributions, because for one thing it really helps not with with counting trumps, because if you work out the distribution of trumps quickly, then it's much easier to remember how many declarers got left because of what they've just played. And it just generally adds to your bridge skill. And the point of this is the fast way to it'll throw you up a hand, and you can say, oh, 4 3 3 3, oh, must be a 3, and then I put that up because I find by looking at the pictures, I see it easy. I can see it more easily than do it in my head. And you are allowed to look at your own hands pictures. Um, so, or you can go work it out, or you can just go tell me. And there's a video that covers this. What I find is best to do. As you see, I already have click fast. It starts on medium. You click fast, and then I go, okay, I'll say the missing card in this case, or the missing number here, which is 4, and
you click on tell me then. That's what you do. Yeah. Or you can click on the 4.
Yeah.
Or in this case, the 2.
Well, yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. So yes. So if you just look at it, say what you think the number is, and then hit tell me. If you're right, it'll appear, and then fast, because it's on fast, we get the next problem, and you can just test yourself. Over here, it normally starts with, I think it starts on spades, the longest suit. Just trying to make it easy. You can make it more random. On the bottom, where you sit, difficult and hard. No, right, that's just for training only. And there is the exam mode, and you notice that red thing. If you remember way back at the beginning, I said you could turn off all these hints. Well, the red hint for exam is the one I don't turn off, because it's good to remember you're normally in training, but you click the exam button and it switches to exam mode. And this is attempting to imitate what it's like to really be at a table. You're going to move through all these stages, and you just click flow. In the document and in the video, I say what you want to be doing is saying your distribution to yourself. That's always good, because it's nice to remember what your distribution was halfway through the hand. 3 2 3 2 3 5. Click flow. Now we're assuming now from the bidding, we know that South, who will be declarer, so will they? Have I got the right setting? Will be. We'll have 5. Assuming. Okay. Okay. We'll have 5 spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. Then you just click flow again, and you get information again. The dummy goes down, so now you can see dummy's distribution. So immediately we can go, well, we're taking South for 5 spades. Our partner must have 2, but hey. So we've got dummy's distribution, which again, if you're trying your hardest to become an advanced player, you will also try to remember what it was, because again, halfway through the hand, how many diamonds did dummy start with? Yeah. And again, so far we know that South has 5 spades. Declarer has 5 spades. Then we go flow again, and so partner has 5 diamonds, right? So we know declarer has 3 diamonds. 3 2 5 3. Play again. Whoa. Partner started with 6 hearts, and we know that. Don't know how we know. We've learnt that fact. Therefore, declarer started with 2 hearts. Yeah. So declarer must have started with 2 hearts. So 2 3 6 is 11. That's the way we get the 2. So we have 5 spades, 2 hearts, 5 5 diamonds.
3 diamonds.
How many? How many?
3.
3 diamonds. 5 2.
At least that's South.
Yeah.
Diamonds,
Declarer
right?
has 3 diamonds. So there are 3. There must be therefore 3 clubs.
Will probably be how many clubs.
So what's and then it'll tell you, and then it actually presents the question, but you don't really. And then if you click flow, or you can jump to these, click flow tell, and it fills them in. Yes. And then if you one more click, and
you saw the 3 dice back. in the south hand you saw the three dots, so you knew it was the clubs the exam was asking about. Can you move it back one? Okay, one more.
But it's the empty,
Okay.
it's the empty thing.
You see three dots over there, and you see three dots at the bottom, right? So those three dots, what is the computer now asking you? How many clubs South has? Yeah, and that you
Fill
can
in the missing thing. You
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
There are a lot. Some people want to use hyphens. If it's voice instead of hyphens, you can have anonymous cards if you think it's easier that way. Using words when showing, which I think is slightly harder. I
5 and 3
6,
and yeah.
5, 6,
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But it fills in the number as 3 because that's the answer. So yeah.
So eventually so what you're doing here is you're counting out the hand, and eventually it asks you, and therefore, how many diamonds did South have? And therefore,
well, it's more. Therefore, what was Declarer's original distribution, right? That's what you ought to be able to say what they originally started with in shape, and it's one of these things that I say in the various documents. Do it once a day, 5 minutes.
Yeah.